Let's have a little look at the contact. I think we've already had it at that point. I think we've already had him go. Yes, we have. We'd already had the contact just on the left of the screen, and then by the time Langeveld had got it back together again, he'd gone too wide, and Harry Prochik put the Opel up ahead, but a better exit from the 21st corner, turn 21. Gave him a chance to have a slipstream and then come down onto the outside line, but you can see they're taking very different options. Tight in and rather loose out for Prochik, and quite the reverse, wide in and tighter out. That was the line to have, because the track kept kinking to the left after that, and Langeveld was on the left-hand side of the circuit. 0.7 of a second between Petra Fullin leading the race and Luca Rensler. Mike Halder has probably gained another place there, number 7 past number 6, so he's gone past Oliver Holdner, who's done incredibly well just to quietly pick his way up the order while all those around him have been fighting. Don't forget, he was the one who should have been starting second on the grid, but some of those ahead of him have driven just like that. It's 23, that's Sebastian Steibel, who didn't get as far as turn 1 yesterday. Clattered with another car as they accelerated away from the grid and was put on the grass. He picked up the damage and picked up a retirement. First 3 really, really close together. And in behind, it seems that Langeveld and Prochik in 4th and 5th have paid the price for their contact, because they've dropped away from that, well, it was almost a lead quintet, but it most definitely is a lead trio now. So Fullin from Engstler, this is Harry Prochik, riding on board his Opel. He's not at all absolutely not happy there. I thought they slowed right down as they came out the far end of the circuit, but let's ignore that for the moment. On the previous lap after the pass, it was sort of like, I'm blocking the middle of the track, we're going to hang back, mate. So, Luca Engstler takes the lead of the race from Petra Fullin. If there's a time to do it, it's right at the end of the race. Michelle Halder hanging on to 3rd place behind him, bends the gap, so she doesn't have to look backwards, only forwards, but Fullin gets his nose back in front all over again. So nip and tuck, place to changing through turns 15 and 16 they go. Better exit speed from 16 for the Golf in 2nd place. But Fullin knows the tricks around his home circuit. In the background, it's still Langeveld from Prochik. Interesting to hear if they have words after the race, because I think Prochik was convinced that after Langeveld had got back in front, he just deliberately slowed coming out of turn 10. May have been a problem, but the first 3 have got clear. So Petra Fullin sweeping through 20 and 21. No gain there for Luca Engstler, but he has the tighter line at the exit. Heading one way, heading the other. Now we're on the final lap, but I think he thought that was the end of the race. That's not the end of the lap, and oh, aye, they say, but hopefully he's got it back going again. He's fallen to the 3rd place now, so Michel Halder was given an absolute gift. You don't do that if you think you're just racing to the finish. He thought that was over. He thought his 2nd place, therefore it'd be a race win. And look, he hit the brakes, locked up on the start-finish line, and the crew, well, he's only a teenager, but he's got to learn that lesson. Wait until you see the checkered flag. So, get back on the radio, keep racing, and so he has. So Luca Engstler, who a lap ago fleetingly put his nose in front to take the lead from Petra Fullin, is now back into 3rd. Michel Halder into 2nd. In the ADAC events, it's the length of the race plus 1 further lap thereafter. So coming out of the final corner, in his mind, he hadn't done enough to take the lead from Petra Fullin, but he had enough in hand to keep Michel Halder behind him, and over-vigorous celebrations. But unfortunately for him, a lap too early. So for the Halder crew, suddenly it's looking very good indeed. Michel, who did Formula 4 in 2015 and 2016, really a young teenager,